Hi, today is all about the art of delegation. When we find ourselves in overwhelm, procrastinating, or just drowning in too many things to do, it's likely happening because we're not adequately prioritising and delegating tasks to others. The reason we delegate is so that we can free up our own time to focus on the really important tasks that are the best use of our attention. Yet contrary to what many people mistakenly think is delegation, actually turns out to be abdication. And in this video I want to share with you the difference between the two and share with you a process that will mean you can delegate with confidence so that you can become a Time Lord. Abdication means to hand over a task to someone without any further care or responsibility and expect or hope it gets done to the correct standard. And more often than not, abdication results in frustration and annoyance when the task is inevitably not done to your satisfaction. Now, delegation on the other hand is about allocating someone a task while still being responsible for the final outcome. When you delegate, you empower someone else to act on your behalf, and through delegation the person doing the work temporarily acquires some of your functions, your authority and your power. However, the final decision and responsibility for the outcome still remains with you. Effective delegation involves understanding and communicating exactly what you expect from people you delegate to. To start with, you must have a defined task to delegate, have an appropriately skilled person or team to delegate the task to, have an agreed way to communicate problems, progress and feedback, have clarity about access to resources and the level of authority the person or team gets when they have delegated the task, have an agreed deadline for completion of the task, and also, and importantly, have an understanding of the consequences should the person or team fail. The problem many people experience when attempting to delegate a task for the first time is they've forgotten what it's like to not know how to do the task. And since the task comes naturally to them, they may find it difficult to clearly set out instructions for someone else to follow and get it done to the same high standard. If you were to tell someone how you got to work this morning, the chances are you'd say something like, well, I walked to the bus stop and caught a bus, or I got in my car and drove. Yet it's more likely that to get to work, you open the car door, you sat in the car, you closed the door, you put your seatbelt on, you inserted the key in the ignition, you checked the rear view mirrors, you turned the key, and so on. Because we're so familiar with things we routinely do, we miss out all the detail. It's a clever skill we've developed to make our lives easier. But when you're delegating, missing out on the detail can have varying effects depending on the person you delegate to. This is because different people have different levels of experience and they'll be in one of 4 different stages of learning. Unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. At this level you're a complete novice who needs education, mentoring and guidance. Conscious incompetence. You're at this level when you realise that you don't know what to do. This is when you have to focus to learn or follow step-by-step instructions. And at the conscious incompetence level, you need to be instructed, shown or have demonstrated what you need to do. You may also need to take notes or have access to information to prompt you to do this task in the right way. Conscious competence, at this level, we can do the task reasonably well, but we have to focus on what we're doing each step of the way. When you're at this level, you have to really think about what it is you're doing to get it done properly. Everything can feel a little bit clunky. Unconscious competence. Now at this level we're experts at the task and we do it on automatic pilot. We no longer have to think about it, we just do it. For instance, getting dressed, brushing our teeth or writing our signature. So when you're ready to delegate, you want to be sure you recognise which of the 4 stages of learning the person you want to delegate to is at. That way you can make sure you pick the right person, have the right instructions for that person and give the right balance between managing them and time to do the actual task. The art of delegation is being clear about what you ask others to do. Provide the right checks and balances are in place to ensure what's delegated is done as expected and owning the responsibility for the outcome. Now, consider one small task that you'd like to delegate, and note down the step-by-step instructions that you could give to someone else so they could do the task to the standard that you expect, and then delegate it. If you'd like a guide that takes you through the steps of delegation, just leave a comment below and I'll get it over to you. It only works, so give it a go. You'll thank me later.